I think I might move to one of these hotspots though, and just how can I stockpile penicillin to sell later?
You're gonna have to speak to someone on Clubhouse, the app that is rapidly degenerating and disintegrating into a real. Like literally, every time I ask someone about Clubhouse, I'm like, but this guy has money, right? They're like, that guy is in a youth hostel. Like that person is literally homeless. Like. And I can't believe I was taken by this. Like, I'm fully admitting I was taken by Clubhouse. Like, I'm fully admitting I was egg on my face. I was completely bamboozled by this app. I saw Mark Andreessen in one room, and I went, this is where the power players are. Every single person I have met from Clubhouse in the real world or have spoken to from Clubhouse is like a fraud on a level of epic proportions, and not even a fun one. Like not even a Tin Man, fun aluminum siding salesman. Like just completely insane. I mean, it's crazy.
Every time I've gotten a notification on my phone since I joined that, like, oh, this person's joined Clubhouse. You want to like help invite them? It's always been people who like literally went to jail for identity theft that I used to know. Like they just got out, I guess. The worst people I've ever met, and they're on my phone for some reason.
Yeah.
They're on Clubhouse.
Yeah. Somebody who's writing bad checks is now like, hey, what's going on Clubhouse? Right. Let me start a room. It was a great idea during the pandemic. And I remember I used to call Ray. I'm like, this is going to be big. And he's like, I don't know. I was swept up in the mania of the idea that Clubhouse was just going to be, because I had 50,000. I have like 50,000 followers. So I thought like, and if you don't know what we're talking about here, just Google it, you moron. But I had 50,000 followers, and I was like, oh yeah, this has got to be big. There's no way this won't be big. Just because I got on it early, somewhat early, not that early, but I'm like, I'll be able to build here. And the whole app was just really Eric Weinstein talking for 23 hours a day.
Well, you told me there was going to be this new Wild West of content, and everyone's like, you can say whatever you want in these rooms that you're in.
Right.
And then, like, I'm in a room with Jake Paul, and he gets all clammed up because I mentioned the Golden Triangle.
I don't think he was clammed up. I think he had no idea what you were talking about.
Well, he was like, you get this guy out of here, which is fine. I mean, I'm not expecting him to like it.
I think the Golden Triangle is something he participated in L.A., and he's terrified about what's going to come out. He had no idea what you're talking about. I've heard Jake Paul. Jake Paul was one of the most intellectual people on that app, though. I mean, literally, when he explained NFTs to David Spade, Spade could not even figure out like how to get on the app. He didn't know where his phone was. And like, so Jake Paul, I was explaining NFTs and how kids are like digitally native to David Spade, and it was like a fascinating conversation.
Well, yeah, to be fair, I don't know if it's the negative to David Spade. I feel like the younger mind has become more malleable to bullshit now.
Sure, but he explained it with a silver tongue. Like he did. It was beautiful.
Why can't you get it, David? We're fucking these people.
But you have, Lakeith Stanfeld, who's a fan of our show.
I'm a fan of his.
What?
I'm a fan of. I didn't know who he was last time, but I realized, I'm like, oh, I love that guy.
Well, I'm glad you said that because he just moderated a Clubhouse room where they were calling Jews Satanists and parasites and termites. God. So I'm glad. See, sometimes you got to wait for me to fully articulate what I was about to say. And then he put up on his Instagram, which is hilarious. He goes, hey, man, thinking out of the box is always going to come with a cost. Jesus. He goes, it's always going to come with a cost, man. So Lakeith, we feel bad for him. He's a fan of the show, but he moderated because some of these Clubhouse rooms get real wild. And then people just put them on YouTube. It's not like, by the way, what a way to lose your job. Like Clubhouse is the perfect way to lose your job.
Oh, yeah.
It's worse than Twitter. It's like,
well, you can't even hide yourself.
You can't even hide it. You can't even claim context because like it's literally a recording of you saying something.
Right.
And so they're moderating these Clubhouse rooms.
It's also like you don't even have to go in because what was the name of the room? Like, Satanist Jews or whatever? Because
I don't know what the name
half the time these rooms are incriminating. You're scrolling through and you go like, Tom Arnold's in this room. Like, what?
It's always someone who's trying to get something going too,
right?
It's always someone who's like coming back from the half dead, trying to crawl into this space. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like
Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah, Rick Moranis sounds off on cancel culture. You know,
Freedom of expression.
yeah, it's like Rick Moranis, you know, says PC culture, like he reemerges from raising his children to complain about PC culture. But it's weird. And then journalists were just hanging out in the rooms to get people in trouble. Taylor Lorenz from the Times famously, but there were others too. And then there were just scammers, like life coaches and people that were selling. I mean, this makes me laugh so hard. And if you buy one of these courses on Clubhouse, I just think you deserve everything you get. But people that were selling, I can't even get it out. People were selling like investment advice and business strategy courses on Clubhouse. Like they were selling like marketing courses on Clubhouse. I mean, think Gary Vee, but like all the levels down, like when he just started, when he has nobody. And people are getting really ripped off on Clubhouse. They were like life coaches on Clubhouse.
This is a problem of like everyone wants to shit on college these days, and they are awful institutions. Yeah. But when you in the absence of like actual colleges, look what you get. You get this is why you have to have accredited university.
Yeah. No, you get a life coach on Clubhouse. You know, I'm not going to mention her name, but there was a comic. I swear to God, we were in Caroline's, and she said to me once, she goes, "I'm also a life coach," which I found odd. She was unsuccessful completely, but whatever. Then she told me that her and her family were being evicted from their home. And I was just wrestling with all these ideas in my head of like, just the confidence that she has to then give other people advice. Like, that's my whole thing. I'm like, if you listen to this show, enjoy it. Maybe some of it's interesting or whatever. But I'm not giving you advice ever on anything. I'm like, I'll tell you what I think you should do. But that doesn't mean you should do it ever.
That's because you like
unless you're 21 and healthy, in which case I suggest you not get vaccinated. At Tim J. Dillon on Twitter, if the media picked this up, this would be horrible. I'm just trying to get attention.
Right.
Why is everyone still paying attention to him? You're vaccinated, Pfizer. Me too.
Yeah, I got my second shot. You did too, right?
Yeah.
Did you get really tired?
I was lethargic and tired.
Yeah. I didn't get sick or anything.
I didn't get sick either. I felt weird. My stomach felt weird.
Okay, yeah.
So I would eat, and then my stomach would feel weird.
I don't think I got that, but, you know, I ate a bunch of pizza, you know, just instinctively.
Yeah.
That's my body's defense mechanism. Yeah. Just to eat a whole pizza.
The person giving you the shot goes, now listen, you might get a little sick, but here's a good way to hold it down. Go eat some pizza. You want to hold this down? You want to hold the demon down? Go eat some pizza right now. I mean, when you think about the hilarity of Clubhouse now tanking and the people that run it, supposedly it has a $4 billion valuation. What the fuck?
Yeah, look, I mean, in a country where, like, you know, Doge, and good for Doge, but I mean, like, all these things are happening. Like, when you go, oh, I actually have an app, you might as well be Microsoft now.
Right. Yeah. No, it functions. Oh, good. $4 billion.